back at it again, and we've got an interesting. Let's dive in.
The battle for Pennsylvania. So it's a must-win, right? President Trump won Pennsylvania by less than a percentage point last time around. And look, you got to pull it off this time, pretty much almost for sure. So how do voters there feel about him right now and those racist tweets? Van Jones was just there today, this morning, and he found out.
Show of hands, who voted for Donald Trump in 2016? Raise your hand. 2. So let me focus on you. 2. Are you planning to vote for Donald Trump in 2020?
Well, I haven't made up my mind yet whether I was going to vote for him or not. I am leaning more towards him than I am the other candidates right now. The economic situation for me and my business is going very well. So that, economics is a big, important issue here.
Gotcha. And what about you?
Yeah, I am. All this far left talk is kind of scaring me when it comes to the border.
So let's just address the elephant in the room. You're like a young black dude with tattoos and stuff. Why do you support Donald Trump, given some of his racially inflammatory rhetoric?
Yeah, well, I think so. Look, I mean, I was raised in a conservative family, and I'm in business. I'm a business consultant, and business is great. I don't want to lose that, and I know that, a lot of the rhetoric that comes out of the White House off Twitter is concerning, but putting personal feelings aside, I think that we're having a great economic boom. I mean, people are risking their lives to come here.
How do you size up this whole thing where President Trump comes out and says to these women, go back to whatever country you came from?
It's a man in desperation. He's desperate.
Desperate what?
To be president, the only person he cares about is himself. He rode in on the coattails of Obama. If you think it was any other thing, you believe in the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus. That's the way I see it.
I don't believe in the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus.
Almost everyone.
See, and that's the type of dishonesty that gets CNN the ratings that they have. That right there. That's the type of dishonesty that gets them those ratings. Because if I remember the tweet correct, it was something along the lines of, he was talking about, I think it was like AOC and a couple other ladies, but they were talking about how terrible the situation was. And he said, how about you go back to where you're originally from, fix those places, and then come back and tell us how it's done, or something like that. What's wrong with saying that? Go back to wherever countries you are from with terrible governments. Since the United States is so terrible, go fix those governments, and you come back here and tell us how it's done. Now, I'm sure I'm paraphrasing. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm just about to pull it up. He said, so interesting to see progressive Democrat congresswomen who originally came from countries whose governments are a complete and total catastrophe. The worst, most corrupt, and inept anywhere in the world, if they even have a functioning government at all. Now loudly and viciously telling the people of the United States, the greatest and most powerful nation on earth, how our government is to be run. Why don't they go back and help fix the totally broken and crime-infested places from which they came, then come back and show us how? Now you tell me what's wrong with that statement. You're saying how terrible the United States government is, but you're from a place with a terrible government, but you're complaining about us. So how about you go and fix where you're from? All right, go fix that. And once you figure out how to do it, then you come back and you tell us how it's done. He literally said, then come back. He literally said, then come back and show us how. But they leave all of that out and they just select what they want to push a certain narrative. And that is why in that ratings list, in that video that we checked out, it's probably a week ago now, I don't even know. CNN, I think, barely made top 20 on the ratings list. Fox held like the top 17 spots. MSNBC was like 18, 19, and I think CNN might have been 20 or 21st. That is why you push lies. And people know it. People see it. People can go read the tweet, but you don't want to show the tweet. It's crazy. I saw a video with Ron DeSantis the other day, and he called him out on it. He called the reporter out on it. Put him on Front Street because the reporter did the whole don't say gay bill, and he was like, nope, not even going to let you do that. Where does it say that at? Put him on Front Street. And that's what we need to start doing with any politician. Whenever they lie like that, put them on Front Street immediately, on the spot. No, that's not what I said. Say exactly what it is that I said. Don't paraphrase. Show the actual tweet where I said what you're trying to say that I said. Show the whole tweet. Say my whole statement. Don't just cherry pick little bits and pieces and put them together, to push your certain narrative. Nah. That's total BS.
Has a story of being told go back to your country. And I think that it's kind of like one of the oldest tricks in the book when it comes to phraseology, maybe outside of the N-word, that comes to mind when you're talking about racist language.
I've had people when I moved into Pennsylvania said, oh, you're a New Yorker. Why don't you go back to New York where you belong? Well, those are just human emotion remarks, and people are frustrated. And they are frustrated, and he's frustrated from the very beginning. They have attacked him, his family, his wife, his kids. It's disgusting. It really is.
I just go back to values. I value treating people with dignity, and if there's anything that is incongruent with those values, then I'm not for that. And so I'm not going to put profit over my values.
You putting your profit over your values?
That would be a yes.
Look, I
That
think
would be a yes.
I think that this goes.
Show the whole tweet. Come on. This is BS.
Back comment hit a lot of us that support him. It hit a lot of us in the gut, and I think that the president is putting a lot of us in a very precarious situation. I think the president has a base, and he has a far right-wing base, and there's a lot of white nationalists, a lot of racists, a lot of anti-Semites in that base. So what I'm going to do is I am going to have a PR strategy that is going to rile up the base. And so I feel like a lot of us feel like, wow, like where do we fit in, anymore? Are we still welcome in this movement? Are people of color still welcome? So a lot of us are still reeling from that comment. And I will tell you, a lot of my friends that are black conservatives, a lot of them have jumped off the Trump train. They've gone over to Kamala Harris's side. They've got involved in her campaign, and also Joe Biden's, certainly here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Oh, that was an incredible conversation.
Yeah.
So he's saying a lot of his friends have gotten off, not just conservative, onto not just off the Trump train, but onto someone else's train.
Other things.
But amazing that he's saying, I'm not sure if I'm welcome here, and if anyone of color is welcome, but he's still voting for him as of now.
Yeah, listen, I mean, I don't think I understood until I got there the way this thing has landed like a bomb. This for those kinds of Trump voters. Trump voters, basically, he said, look, I'm a business guy. My business is going great. I don't want to change. I'm scared if we go.
I'm an economic voter, is what he's saying.
I'm an economic guy, but I'm African American. And this last round has pushed some of his fellow black conservatives away. And so I think we got a lot going on here.
I will say the media did a good job of pushing that narrative. They did a great job of pushing that narrative, because it even looked like the guys who voted for him agreed with the narrative that they were trying to push. But if you actually read the tweet, in its entirety for yourself, it says nothing like it reads nothing like that. It doesn't say, hey, you black ladies, or hey, get out of our country, you in with the hard R. No, it says go back, since the US government is so terrible, go fix the governments that you're from, and then come back. He said, then come back. Keep in mind, come back and tell us how. Listen, if I am wrong, and if there's something super R word that ends in is that I am missing about that, please let me know in the comment section. Please let me know. But I don't see that as the R word. What about when Biden called black kids roaches? Literally, on TV, roaches. Black kids, roaches. You don't see that as problematic? Like, there's no way to explain that. At least we can explain what Trump said. I'm just saying. Listen, I feel like that is a fair assessment. That's not a biased assessment. That is a fair assessment. But if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section. If anybody thinks that I'm wrong, explain how Biden could call black kids roaches. Explain that one. I'm just saying. Trump said, go fix the governments where you're from, and then come back and tell us how. I mean, if anything, that would be great for us. Hey, if there's something great over there that they are doing, we could add it possibly to what we're doing and make our country even better. We can improve things. Oh yeah, you guys did that, and that like boosted the economy by 90%. Oh, you know what? I think we could do something similar to that here. I mean, it won't have as great effect, but we could boost the economy by another 25%. Just saying. Calling black kids roaches? I don't know how you explain that one. Talking about how kids are rubbing on your legs to watch the hairs move? I don't know. Seems a bit suspect to me, the P word, if you know what I mean. Just saying. But like I said, if I am wrong, please let me know in the comment section. I don't want this to be an echo chamber type of situation. I never want it to be an echo chamber. Whenever I am wrong, call me out. All right. And that's the way that it should be for everybody across the board. All politicians, Trump, Biden, whoever, Kamala, Pete, Ron DeSantis, whoever. When they state BS, we should call them out on the BS. It should be that simple. I don't care who it is, including myself. It's the way that it should be. But as always, y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.